of Euclid until the Muslim Empire. They didn't understand mathematics, they didn't understand geometry, they didn't understand physics, they didn't understand astrology without the Muslim influence in Europe in the Middle Ages. And the Western civilization took a step backwards when the Muslims were thrown out of Spain in 1492.
Do you mind to ask you, what is your background? Are you Jew?
Yes.
Do you mind, as a Jewish, do you know historically that the Jewish that being saved by the Muslims in Spain?
That is then. That is not necessarily now. For reasons that we best know.
Is that, because most of the people, they don't know that about this. Could you tell us a bit about it?
Well, because they don't learn history.
What happened exactly?
And they don't bloody well read. I'm sorry to use the language. They should read and know.
Could you tell us?
Tourists go to Spain. Do they look at Seville? Do they look at the Alhambra? Do they not see the effect on Spanish architecture of the Muslim architects? Southern France is the same thing.
So basically the Jewish that time they survived, which we know today, through the Muslim umbrella.
You look up about Maimonides. He was the leading civil servant of the caliphs in Spain. He was one of those strange fellows who was a polymath.
Okay.
He was a mathematician, he was a doctor, he was a poet, he was an astrologer. You often wondered why he had time to sleep. And that was the way it was. And we started to have a hard time in Europe when the Muslim Empire retreated.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Do you not know that?
Personally I know the history, but most of the people, they don't know. That's why we're going to put this in the...
The Europeans don't know it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know why?
Could you tell us why?
They don't want to know it.
That's the reason over here. Or maybe because of the history it's been hidden of them.
It's there, it's not taught, and they don't know how to read it.
What you could suggest the people to know more about the Islamic faith?
Because in the UK, history is not taught in schools as a ribbon. It's taught like a salami being sliced. It's not taught as a continuous ribbon. Do you know there were Muslim members of the UK Parliament at the time of Queen Victoria and Edward VII? They sat over here as free people. A lot of people don't know that either.
Sorry, you have a lot of knowledge. Do I want to ask you, how old are you if you don't mind?
Sorry?
How old are you if you don't mind?
I'm old enough to be your grandfather.
I can tell you have a lot of historical knowledge. That's which is most.
I'm 76 and a half.
I see. So basically, most of the history you attended, not just you've been told.
Well, basically, I went to school just as the British Empire was coming to an end after the war. So all the high commissions were being established in this country, and the boys that were the sons of the High Commissioner, because I went to an all-boys school, they came to our school, and all the new boys had to tell us a bit about their motherlands on the first day. A lot of those boys were absolutely marvellous at cricket, and so we never lost a game for about 5 years because of the boys and girls, or boys in the most part, from the Indian subcontinent. So they were our heroes. They spoke English far better than we did because they were children of the Empire. In our athletics team, lots of boys from Africa who were our heroes because they ran for our school and we won everything. So there was no prejudice, there were no hang-ups at all. In our school we had separate assemblies. There was the General Assembly that all the boys had to attend, and then there were the faith group assemblies. No tension.
Do you mind to ask you, do you have a Quran at home? Do you have a copy?
I have a Quran at home.
That's good. So
I can't read it in Arabic for obvious reasons. I have to read it in English.
So do you have the English version or you
Yes,
have...
I have the English
Oh,
version.
good. So you advise people to look to the Quran as well?
And I read it. I read everything.
Oh, that's good. Happy to meet you, sir.
I'm happy to meet you too.
We appreciate your time.
Yeah. And am I now a film star?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.